Out live. It is live. We're hanging out with Erik Steele. This is going to be such a fun show. I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store. First things last, though, we are going to finish making these drinks. I already got them started. I already got all the fun stuff. Well, I guess it's not the fun stuff because the fun stuff now is you guys get to choose where you want to steer the flavor. I've got mocha, cookie dough, peanut butter cup, vanilla bean, glazed donut.
Wait, are we choosing?
Yeah,
or
you guys are choosing.
They choosing?
Well, you're choosing your drink.
Oh,
and
that's
choosing
right.
Their drink. Mocha, cookie dough, peanut butter cup, vanilla bean, glazed donut, butter toffee, salted caramel. I already know what I'm doing. I always do salted caramel.
Okay.
It's hard to top that.
Well, then I got to do peanut butter cup.
Nice.
Give it up.
James, Laz, what are you doing?
I'm going to go with vanilla bean. That sounds really good.
Hit me with the mocha.
The mocha.
The mocha loca. Vanilla bean. The mocha. All right, so Erik, I can tell you already what kind of technology are you whipping up on your phone right now? You always have the latest and the greatest wild.
I love my Google Pixel. And I'm just sending out this live to Terry and friends.
Nice. I like it. No, it was really neat. I remembered when we were filming, you always had crazy, amazing things where like you were taking photos of the sets, like 360 all around.
Actually, I think I still have some of the 360 shots that I didn't have the editing capabilities back then.
Yeah.
But I have those pictures saved. I think those are the only pictures I don't think I sent to you because I didn't know how to access them now. But I do with the Insta360 that I have now. So I can actually like put them in VR. And
now that you've got a 3D printer, can you 3D print the sets based on the photos you took?
I don't know.
There you go, James.
It's a Samsung Ursa.
I don't know.
No, it was a Samsung VR. Then it was, now I have the Insta360. But yeah, I don't know if I could.
What was that little ball that you used?
That was the Samsung.
Here's a little bit of me.
Yes. It was a Samsung I think.
Oh, here's
Laz.
Les.
The camera. The 4K camera.
Oh.
All right. I propose we have a toast. Let's get the party started. I don't know about you guys, but I had a great meal. But now it's time to celebrate hanging out with Erik Steele. That was the timing on that was awful. All right,
it still works.
With that, let's get the party started. Woo! All right. So we are hanging out today with Erik Steele. Oh my gosh. So as you guys know, all right, we need to stop that. So, as you guys know, Erik plays Aladdin in Aladdin 3477, and you were so amazing in this. Aww. So everyone obviously knows that you're an actor. What people probably might not know, people around here probably know, but people around the world might not know that you're actually a professional filmmaker, animator, artist. Like you do it all.
Jack of all trades,
like myself. But one of the great things about working with you as Aladdin is you knew everything behind the scenes. So sometimes with actors, and this is not a bad thing because actors usually focus on acting, but because you knew everything, you always knew what we were doing with visual effects. And in fact, you know so much. And even though like you're the actor in this film, there were times, I kid you not, where we would have a technical difficulty with the camera. There'd be like 6 people with crew all huddled around this camera trying to figure out why it's not working. And here you were, dressed like Aladdin, and I would say, all right, let's take 5 because the camera's not working.
Right.
So I'd say, let's take 5, until whatever. So you would go, you would get your coffee and you would walk in and everyone's like, I don't understand. Why is it not? You would just walk over and you would say, if you do the drop down menu right there, if you switch to the second setting right there, that should be it right there. They would do it and they'd be like, thanks, Aladdin. And you were just like, it's all right.
Well,
it was amazing.
It's because I was constantly working with 30-year, the 3477 technology. So 2000 technology is a breeze.
There you go. I like it. Very cool. So I got so much that I want to cover, so much that I want to share. So I've got kind of in order to the madness here. So obviously you guys have seen the poster and very, very exciting. So last week, finally on Tuesday, we surpassed 40,000 on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So what that means is there's thank you gifts for all of the milestones, and everyone gets this awesome sticker sheet. It's 7 by 10. It's like a magazine. It's huge. And it's got all of these fun stickers. There's 13 different stickers, and you get to put them on your phone and on your laptop. And I just can't. I'm going to put them everywhere.
That's going to go on the phone for sure.
Nice. Put some, get some FIDGI on there, or the Taj Mahal or something. Very, very cool. So, man, so much to talk about. And I want to take some comments really soon. I'm sure there's some comments, but already right off the bat, a lot of people, when they think of Aladdin, they associate it with the Disney version,
right?
Which is funny because the Disney version is not the actual original Aladdin. It's actually the tale, which is much different than what people know. But most people know the Disney version. So kind of starting off that base, what can you say about our Aladdin that's maybe similar, but also what's different about our Aladdin from the Aladdin that everyone knows from Disney?
Well, so the difference between the original Aladdin, I mean, we know the Arabian Nights is like a tale that is told by a princess trying to save her own life. This isn't that specifically, but like the globe trotting. I mean, everyone thinks it takes place only in India, but this is like a globe trotting movie that goes everywhere. So that's, for one, it doesn't take place in one specific place.
Yeah,
it's a lot of different places, and the means of traveling. We have not a magic carpet, but something very very cool. Yeah, and many different cool like sci-fi elements of like how we're traveling around and where we're getting from point A to point B. Yeah. So that's a huge thing, is like the technology and the fact that we're with a gang of people that are just like each their own individual characters, each have their own motives and backstories that you will find out about. And like it's a, I guess, what was that called? An
ensemble cast.
It's an ensemble cast of characters that are going on this journey, not just Aladdin and FIDGI.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's going to be great. And I think, right now a lot of people are like, they want to know who Aladdin is. They want to know about the princess. They want to know about the jinn or the genie, which is great.
Well, the genie is a derogatory term,
That's right. That's right. But I think people, right now, a lot of people are probably thinking, I don't care about the new characters. Like, I don't like, because everyone has that thing of like what Aladdin is. But when you meet these characters, this really is just a much larger story for sure.
Think like Ocean's 11,
Oh, yeah.
So it's got that feel. It's not that movie, but it's got that feel.
Yeah. This has a lot of feels. I mean, it's kind of feels like Indiana Jones. It's kind of Star Wars. It's just kind of.
I think in the beginning we were referring to it as like Blade Runner meets Aladdin meets. What else do we have? Yeah, but
so many
different things.
So this was the first image that we unveiled, like right before the Kickstarter. This is where people could kind of sign up for your back. And then I realized, like, oh my gosh, this should have been like an image for the sequel, because then I could have just said Aladdin's back. But anyway, so I'm curious what you guys think. I have a new addition here. So this used to be the Busch beer. My last name is Busch, spelled like the beer, the neon sign. And so what I did, I got this printed up, this first image. I just love this image. I think it's so iconic for kind of what the film, especially the first film, with Aladdin just kind of looking off to the horizon and wanting a future with more purpose than the life that he has. But I thought it was going to be more of an ambient glow, just kind of evenly glowing everything. But you can actually see, you can actually see the bright white, like this is the mountains, and then the blue bush is here, and then the red is here. So I was thinking it looks a little too Americana with the red, white, and blue. Then I think, James, was it you that said that?
There's more just cops are coming after.
Yeah, and so now I'm like, I don't know, maybe that is
Or the
kinda
Hong
cool.
Kong police.
Hong Kong
police.
The Hong Kong troopers for sure. Yeah.
Funny enough, I thought you actually took the Busch glass down.
Oh.
So I didn't even know that was back there. I thought those
Yeah.
was creative choices on your part. So only you're seeing the mountains.
Yeah, I guess
and
so.
the
I'm
Busch.
looking for it. Yeah.
Because unless we knew that was what was behind there, this
Yeah.
just looks like your aesthetic choice.
Right.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, Aladdin's getting Aladdin's
it
all
truly
of
did.
this.
All right. So the next thing I wanted to ask is, what do you have in common with Aladdin? Like, what do you like? What? Because I know why I thought you were a dead ringer for Aladdin, but I'm curious what you think.
Well, it's actually said in the trailer, and it was funny because I even brought it up in the reaction video. Aladdin and I both tinker a lot with stuff. I mean, most of the first film equipment that I got, and some of the first film projects I ever did, I didn't have the money to get shoulder rigs or the stuff. And I, like Aladdin, I faked it until I made it, where I legitimately built a shoulder rig that looked almost like my one buddy Brent's actual $1,000 shoulder rig for his camera.
Yeah.
And I built mine out of stuff that you get at Home Depot, like pipes and pieces of wood. And one of the first big jobs was in Vegas. And I remember showing up there. It was for Maxim magazine. And I have this homemade device that I spray painted the whole thing black and red. And the lens cover, not the lens cover, but the matte box. The matte box was actually a to-go container
Oh my
that
god!
I painted black and shoved on the front of my lens. And no one said anything. No one knew anything about it. And I just pretended like it was this really expensive rig for my old T2i back in 2007 or 8 or 9.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to some comments really quick. We've got Dave Todd in the house.
Woo-hoo!
We've got David
What
Van
up,
Dyke in the house. What up? We're going to be taking a look at some of your art soon. Oh my gosh. And what is up? We've got Justin in the house. Everyone's hanging out. It's so great. It's awesome. Can't wait for the movie. Awesome. We've got PMK, who's going to be here in a couple weeks. Aaron G. Does anyone else's video keep freezing in and out? It might be us. I haven't noticed it as much, but it might be us. I should go live on TikTok right now.
Shoot. I did say I was going to do that, didn't I?
Right now, StreamYard doesn't do TikTok. I think they're doing Instagram next, and then StreamStar. Love the design for Red Star.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got some Red Star coming up. Some perk ideas. What about adding a PDF download of the script as an add-on to the $4.95 tier? I like that idea. And I was also thinking perhaps doing ebooks for the official collector's edition.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Which we're going to talk about later, and also the art of Aladdin 3477. Yo saw the trailer today on actual TV movie show plus. No way. Awesome. That is
Tom
so
Santilli.
Yeah,
That's
awesome. That is so great. I missed it. I missed seeing the trailer on TV. I know it was on. I was pretty sure it was on yesterday, but that is awesome.
Thank you, Tom and Greg.
Yeah,
That's
thank you
awesome.
so much. That is amazing. Yeah, those cats are so cool. Is it hand painted? That looks amazing. I'm not sure what. That up there. No, it's and it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a print on the. But I was looking on the phone. Thank you, Kyle. Love the print. Thank you, Mama Rick. Awesome. Thank you, David. We're gonna share it anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So I've got some stuff I wanted to go through. One is that, Eric, you were saying that you build stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to point out when we were filming, I was making so many props, and kit bashing is what they call it, where you put stuff together and you kind of repaint it and stuff. But at one point, you kind of said, I'd love to make something. Is there anything I can kind of make? And I was so busy. I was like, I've got these here. We need a vintage holo projector. Go. And so this vintage holo projector that you see here, and you also see, I think in the trailer, you see Bread swiping through it a little bit. But this is actually Erik's hand. Oh, and you can't see the bottom of it. There's actually controls that kind of span across the bottom of this.
So it's funny you bring that up because I was super proud of it, and it also broke my heart because I worked so hard on adding in actual LED lights into it that you push a button and they turn on. And I remember you put the other light fixtures directly over top. I'm like, I spent so much time wiring that thing.
I think part of it is because they were so they were so like
they were dead. It
on
was not
camera. You could barely
it was not a very good design, but that worked out way better. But I was just like, oh, all that work because I took all the things apart, snaked the wires in there, added the LED diodes, and then when I saw it came to set, I'm like, oh, check it out! I built. Oh, the lights are not on. Like you replaced the lights.
Oh my gosh.
It was a good idea, though.
The next thing I wanted to bring up is, talking about like growing up and like being into Aladdin and stuff. But I was at a party a couple weeks ago where you were playing the Sega Genesis Aladdin.
Oh, yeah. Had to. I love that game. It was amazing. And the funny thing is I've never gotten past the Cave of Mysteries level where you're riding the magic carpet. And at this party, I never even got that far. I didn't even get to the point where you're riding the magic carpet in the Cave of Mysteries.
Cave of Wonders.
Cave of Wonders. Cave of Wonders.
Cave of Mysteries. All right. So what I want to do now, I want to go through. There was a couple that I missed last week, and part of the problem is I'm having a hard time with the. Do you know what's up with the hashtags? Like, what am I doing wrong with that? Because if I do hashtags in front, it doesn't show them all. If I take the hashtag off, it shows completely different ones, but it never shows everything on Instagram, which is weird. I'm having a hard.
Oh, I know it'll
time
hide
with that.
after the second or third hashtag. Not that it hides it, but like they fall below the comment. The comment section area. Like.
Oh, if they don't do it first, you mean?
I
If they
guess.
hashtag something.
Are you talking
else?
about like seeing them on the post?
I'm talking about if I want to see what everyone has done and they tagged hashtag Aladdin3477 DTIYS.
Only 4 of them.
How
are popping up
come-
right now?
Oh,
How come there's a few more, but there's like only about half of them show up, which is crazy. Anyway, so I want to share a few that I missed last week. Plus, we've got some new ones. David Van Dyke has been rocking it with a number of pieces. This is a FIDGI piece, and he was doing this really cool thing the past 2 weeks where if people sent him proof to help us, for people that sent him proof of sponsoring the Kickstarter,
really?
of pledging for the Kickstarter, he would randomly choose a winner and then draw an Aladdin 34 character of their choice. And so this is a FIDGI that he did.
Dude.
I know, just so incredibly gracious, so cool. This is a piece he did of yours truly. And I love this because he did his homework and he did some deep digging because this is actually a shot of you from the third film. This isn't even from the first.
It's not
from the first film. But I love that. And then of course, the next piece that he did, I'm sure you'll get a kick out of.
I love that so much.
You must throw me the lamp at once. And it's just Tony Maiello in all his glory. And it's such a great dramatic scene.
Still need to turn that into a meme with you must throw me the
Turn
lamp
that
at
into a
once.
shirt.
Or a shirt. Oh,
Just
Yeah.
like the words whimsically wrapped around the lamp, just no context.
Just and like
must
jumbling
throw
words
me
that
the
are just like,
lamp
you must throw me. And it's all like crumbling apart. Just fantastic work. Next up is Meg Looper. And I love this battle action Aladdin. You've got the harem pants.
Oh yeah.
And
I love those pants.
And the gun. And I like that she drew. In fact, we've got the gun. You should probably be modeling.
Oh, modeling with the gun.
With the gun.
It's amazing. I have not broken this thing yet with all our days of filming.
all the running around
All
and
the
stuff.
running around.
And I love that she drew the gun at a different angle because I think we've only kind of shown.
But she still nailed the
Yeah,
perspective.
and she's got
Look at that.
the little thing under there and stuff. So great job. And I love the city in the background with like the hanging wires everywhere, and there's like dust and stuff.
That's a new one.
Really cool.
It gives me the like Sunday morning comic
Yeah.
style, which I love. I love.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Next up, this is Brad Lyde, and this is a really cool Artigan technique. And I love that you've got blue in the vest, the limited
That is
color,
cool.
and it's black and white color pencils.
And I just
on,
love that it's on the textured paper, the
Yeah.
dark paper, so all the highlights are popping off. It's just
Mhm.
it's very cool.
all the darks go darker.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great job. Fantastic. Next up,
That's
we've
adorable.
got Judas Flower, and it is an adorable FIDGI. Oh my God, I
That
love
is
it.
Great.
So adorable. Absolutely love it. So cool. And I love the blue. I love the color behind there. It
Yeah, that
definitely
pop.
makes, yeah, it's definitely a smart choice with the complementary colors. Next up
That's
is
great.
Terry Swinburne, and this is just such a cool piece. I love the if you look close, you can kind of see
Princess.
you can see the princess's eyes kind of coming through your face, and it's I just love the gritty textures. It's hot, and
Mm-hmm. And it almost, at first glance, it almost looks like I'm a huge head with a small body.
yeah, with the body down there, I can see that.
But it's great.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's just a great piece. Next up,
Oh,
Nick
Garlock.
Garlock. He
Yeah.
put a couple pieces together, and truth be told, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he wants me to share this or not. Originally, what he was gonna do, he was actually gonna do the Aladdin 3477 recreate my trailer
Yep.
contest.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually gonna animate the entire. He was going to try to do it, and he was going to do it with this style. This is the quality of art that he was going to animate it, and he quickly realized there's no way I'll be able to do it. But can you imagine how great would that have been to see the entire trailer done in this style?
That's the Borderlands we need.
It's just
right.
it's so wild. So he did the Sultan, and then this really cool piece of Aladdin, and I just love the style. It almost looks like the ink wood block, you know,
Mhm.
where you do like the printing with it, with the
I've always loved
the
like
potato.
the harsh like black line outlines. I used to always draw like that too. That was like my
Cell shading.
a little shell shading, comic booky.
Yeah, super cool. This one just knocked my socks off. This is absolutely incredible. Devon Amos. Crazy. It's bananas. It's just so good, and I love that it's like it really feels like a movie poster, but specifically it feels. I mean, it kind of has a Drew Struzan kind of element to the colors, but I don't know if you remember back in the day there was an artist named Jack Davis. He was a Mad Magazine artist, but he used to do he did the movie poster for Animal House, and he always did movie posters, usually for comedies where there would be like 100 characters, you know, but they were all little caricatures, and but they were amazing, and they were just illustrated so well, but they kind of had a caricature aspect to them. But I just love. The colors are amazing. The composition is amazing.
I'm just blown away by the rendering too.
The textures. It is just wild. And he definitely did his homework. Like there's all these really cool shots from the trailer, and also shots from the Kickstarter.
Yep.
And also like this shot of you. This is a shot of you holding a lamp, but then this is a different shot of you because I don't think. In that shot where you're holding the lamp, I don't think you also have the gun up. So
but I like the artistic license.
Yeah,
really
I mean,
cool.
it's really what I love the bredge in there, and I love the hot on one side in the background, and then the hazy cools on the other. Just pushing it forward. Just
almost every single character from the trailer in there.
Yeah, like it's wild. And there's even James as the bounty hunter in there. Just super rad. Just blown away. Nico Dada. Very cool. I'm going to jump to some comments really quick. Super excited for this. Yeah, it's been a lot of work and it's just super gratifying, super fun for all of this now. Dig the trailer, Eric, you suave ass MFer. Nice. That game is so hard. Is that game hard?
The game is very hard.
Is
Yeah,
it?
like I said,
Yeah.
I've never made it past the Cave of Wonder.
Yeah, it's just as infuriating as the Lion King one. I think you just weren't supposed to win Disney games.
Easy on the G word, guys. What's the gangsta? YouTube is pulling.
Genie.
Done.
Oh,
Good call. Good call.
Interesting. Blaster is probably what we should
Blaster.
say.
That's a
Yeah. Thank you for the tip.
High velocity projectile launcher.
Interesting composite. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Awesome submissions by the artists. I agree.
Yeah.
Any chance will you be promoting at Motor City Comic Con? You know what? I haven't thought about that, but that would be fun. Maybe we should get a big group together and have a big like we do at the Star Wars shows. Gosh, that would be
awesome.
that would be a lot of fun.
I can still fit in the outfit.
Gosh, Chris, keep reminding me because that would be cool. What I think we should do is instead of dressing up like our characters, I think for Halloween we should find an event where we all dress up, but as different
characters.
Everyone has to be a different
All right, I got Brej.
Aladdin 3477 character. All right. So real quick, I wanted to ask you, Eric, by the way, if you guys have any questions for Mr. Erik Steele, feel free to send them in. I know I have my questions, but please.
Ask Aladdin anything.
Ask Aladdin
go.
anything. AAA.
Love it. So I need to ask you really quick about stunts. Because you obviously you did all of your own stunts, and you were so excited about that.
Well, I originally, before doing any acting, I wanted to be a stuntman. I would throw myself off of roofs. I have been hit by cars. I used to light my hand on fire as a prank at parties. And then I think I broke my arm snowboarding one time, and that put everything to rest. I was like, nope, I don't want to ever have this happen again. But years had passed, and when you asked if I'd do the stunts and stuff, I was just super gung-ho. Because I knew when we were doing it on set, we were taking precautions. We were being safe, and it wasn't just me doing something dumb. So yeah, I was super excited, and like one of the best things was like getting my butt kicked in the market where I'm being thrown through walls and like over into boxes and just pratfalling, and none of that actually ever hurt. I think the only thing that ever did was there was a scene of being hung upside down. That was the only thing where I was like, ooh, this is
there was something painful. And we'll talk about this maybe when we get to the second movie. But there was also a fight scene in the second movie where you accidentally got hit in the head. Pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we'll talk about that. That'll be something we'll save for that. But I wanted to share really quick one of the things that really drew me to you playing Aladdin is maybe something that people wouldn't think as much. But at first, I had always wanted to work with you ever since I had known you, but I had seen you in a few other independent films, and you just always lit up the screen. You were always so natural, and you never felt stiff, and there was just something about like you have this boyish charm, like this innocence that I was just like, this is Aladdin. Like this is so fantastic. The thing that really won me over, though, where there was no changing my mind, is you did a thing. I think you might have been doing this with the Mata brothers, but you were experimenting. And I think this is on your YouTube channel if you dig deep, which we need to talk about your YouTube channel and everything. But you did a thing. I think you guys were experimenting with a red camera or something like that, where you were filming at something ungodly, like, I don't know, 360 frames a second. And you agreed to let your face just get cracked in slow motion. And it's hilarious because it's just like the slowest. And I think you put a little bit of water in your mouth. So it's like, And
yes,
it's like,
it was water.
and I remember talking to you about it, and you're like you were just fine with it. Like anything for the sake of learning, anything for the sake of experimenting with technology. Like you were so into it. And I was just like, this is the kind of person I need to just like flail themselves into my project.
So there's actually a story behind that. We were doing a Dodge commercial, and it wasn't a red camera. We were actually using a Phantom Flex camera, which could shoot up to 1,500 frames per second. And we were so gung-ho, we wanted to use it for ourselves. And, it was after the shoot. And we hauled a bunch of like really expensive lights to the pool at the hotel we were staying at. And because, the Phantom cameras need a lot of light.
Yeah.
So we have these lights shot on us. And we took turns basically slapping each other silly. And so that way we could capture it. And I mean, it was a dumb idea because we had like all this expensive equipment like right next to a pool. But it was the only room that had enough lighting in it to actually like get that shot. And
oh my gosh,
we had a blast.
So I want to share with you guys based on that, and this is not the only time you get smacked in these movies, but I just wanted to share.
Wait, did you make a compilation?
Well, I didn't make a compilation, but for the record, in case you wanted to know, because there's a couple people asking if you really got slapped. Trust me, if there's a scene in these films where you see Erik get slapped,
yeah, there it is.
He definitely is getting slapped. Look at your lips just like flailing over to the side as you get cracked.
Well, I remember telling her too, like, yeah, go ahead, you can actually slap me. And she's like, are you sure? Okay. And she was very soft a couple times. And I think we did that maybe 5 or 6 times. And by the 6th time, I'm like, please tell me you got that. Please tell me you got that. Like,
we got it.
My cheek is starting to get red.
Oh my gosh.
There was one of them where you actually asked her, like, can you open your hand?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like open up your palm because like you closing it, it was way harder. I'm like, ooh, I regret this instantly.
So I'm curious, outside of Aladdin, who is your favorite character?
So I've thought long and hard about this, and I'm going to exclude any of the robotic characters.
All right.
Only because of how much it stands out, and I think I even mentioned it already. I'd say Brej. As much as I love the Genovism, there's something about Brej. Like I don't think there was a single day when he wasn't on set, when John Rick wasn't on set, that we weren't just cracking up laughing, and it was always so exciting. Like, oh, John Rick's in the scene, like awesome, and like we would just be so excited because he would just crack us up so much, and he was just he's like one of the funniest guys I've ever met. Yeah, and it was always so lighthearted, and it would just instantly make everyone's day that he would get us rolling on the silliest of things, some things that. Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Brej is the character. You see him a little bit in the Kickstarter video and just a glimpse in the trailer. He's got the fuzzy hat with like the fuzzy ears,
which is making a comeback now. If you noticed, Terry has one.
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely we're definitely going to have to make Brej hats for sure. I'll wear mine. I wear it all the time. But so Brej is Aladdin's BFF. FIDGI is more like Aladdin's sidekick, but Brej is Aladdin's best friend. And I came up with this character. I wanted to have a character that was just like, because Aladdin's already a rascal, but I wanted a rascal that was like, because I couldn't have Aladdin be too, because then it wouldn't be Aladdin, right? So Aladdin's like wild and a rascal, but you have to reel it in.
He's got the ideas, but Brej has the know-how to make certain things happen.
So anytime I came up with a crazy idea, I usually was writing for Aladdin, but anytime I came up with an idea that was like, I can't have Aladdin do that, but it was like, but I can have Brej do that. And then, so that was kind of my mantra with Brej.
And you had him doing a lot of freestyles too, huh?
We did a lot of there's freestyles. There's an incredible freestyle you're going to see at the end of the first film. And
he actually created the song. I don't know if it's in the first movie.
And when the Electrolude is in the second,
I was gonna say,
But
I don't want to talk too much about that. But
the underground slang,
that song is stuck in our heads, and by the second movie, it'll be stuck in your head too. Is in
the first. Hey, it looks like we've got some. Oh my gosh, we've got some questions. Let's rock this out. Aaron GTV says Motor City Comic Con. I agree. Maybe we should really focus on that. That might really be awesome for sure. Eric, what made you want to get into acting and movies?
Well, I've
Says
always
Justin.
wanted to be into movies. That's been since I was like 15 years old. And I just wanted to find a way to basically get myself on a set. And the acting kind of came in high school. I ended up getting a part in a play. I was chasing a girl and ended up getting a part in a play, a pretty big part. And that kind of set off the bug where it's like, oh, I can definitely do this. I like this. And it started from there. So film myself whenever I could.
Best and worst moment on set. You know what? I'm going to come back to that because that was one of my questions too. I'm going to come back to that because I want to lead into something with that. That's a great question, Aaron. David says, Eric, can you talk about filming a character in a film series that films over such a long period of time? Of course, you grow and understand the character better. What challenges were there? That's a great question.
Beard hair length, the most difficult thing to maintain. No, just kidding. I guess the hardest part was because everything was all over the place, and we didn't film everything in order. So you're trying to get into a mindset of a character for something that hasn't happened yet, or you've not even done yet. So trying to pull from something that you are just making up in your mind, and then when you're actually doing that scene, trying to remember how you're going to impact yourself later. It's a lot of mental gymnastics of trying to figure out how would I react to something that hasn't happened yet, and then later, how am I going to react to make myself react the way I did later? So if that makes sense, I guess it's like having all the pieces of the puzzle and just like, you're not able to do the corners first. You can only do the center, and but you're doing that with scenes.
Yeah. I think one of the advantages that we had, because we did it over such a long period of time, I think in some ways it actually helped us because I was able to show you guys rough cuts,
Right,
where you could kind of see your characters come to life. We could kind of see what was absolutely working and do more of it. And we could kind of see if things weren't reading as much, like, okay, listen, that I wasn't feeling as much that you guys were friends. So in this net, like, we really need to, I'm making that up. That's not a thing that actually happened, but I'm just like, anything that wasn't reading enough, we were, as we moved forward, it was like note to self, this, people aren't getting this from this scene. So we got to make sure it lands somewhere else. I can't even think of what that would have been, but just naturally, I think we got better and better, tighter and tighter. And I think we understood our characters better. The other thing that was great is from the day we started, the very first day of filming, we had a really cool set.
yeah.
And then it was like, okay, what can we do better? And then we did something better. And then it was like, okay, that's off the hook. I can't imagine it being better. What can we do better? And it was like, we kept like, man, the caves, and then Aladdin's apartment, and then the Taj Mahal throne room, and then Mask nightclub, and then the Skanda Mafia. And, it just kept getting,
We have so many cuts for giggles that, we need to release the giggle cut.
We do the giggle cut for sure.
Giggle cut.
Yeah. What are some differences between Erik Steele starting Aladdin 3477? That's actually, Aaron, you're getting all my questions, but you know what? I'm gonna let you have that one. That's a great question. So when we started, how did you kind of feel about the project? What did you think of it? And then, like, how is that different today? But actually, I like the way he's phrasing it more.
Yeah.
Is more what was the Erik Steele then, and what was the Erik Steele now?
The Erik Steele then was very living paycheck to paycheck and not knowing where his next job was going to be. And the Erik Steele now has some level of consistency, but is also now married. So that's a whole kit and caboodle in itself.
Yeah.
Terry and I started dating actually the beginning of Aladdin. So
yeah.
Don't know why it took me so long, and she'll back me up on that. But a lot of growing pains and learning. The biggest thing was, I think I just started our studio in downtown Utica and didn't know anything of what I was doing with that. And now we're almost 10 years into having the studio space. And I still don't know what I'm doing, but at least I have a clear set of how everything operates. So now everything kind of operates on its own in a way where it's I don't have to think anymore of how to make things happen, and I can kind of go on autopilot. Whereas before I would stay up all night, like thinking about how the shoot was going to go or what I needed to have prepared. Now I just literally go down and grab kind of like, this is the stuff I need. This is what's going to happen. And it's just muscle memory now.
So for those of you that are local to the Detroit area, Erik runs a studio. It's called The Studio, but it's spelled TH3. You know, like an E looks like a backwards 3.
Yeah.
TH3 Studio and th3studio.com.
Yep. That's how we got the domain.
Oh,
that's the only reason we got the domain.
So, but they're a full pre-production and post full services, and you do everything from, you and your crew do everything from photography to graphic design to video and
now some set design too.
Okay, yeah. And like every time I'm there, I like walk in, I'm like, so what do you got going on now? Oh, we're shooting a music video this weekend. Like, no way. And then the next time I walk in, oh, we've got this medical show series that we're doing. And then the next time that I walk in, it's like, oh, we've got this fashion thing that we're shooting. And just like, wow, like you do it all there.
As much as we can. Yeah. It's been a blast. And the fact that it's constantly a different project, it just keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a really cool studio that just has so much flexibility with, like, you can build miniature sets there. You've got editing suites, and you've got other creatives that have offices there that work in there and stuff. It's super cool.
I'm blessed to have it. It's awesome. It's my refuge.
Let's see. I'm going to take, we got some more questions. Rock and roll. I'm going to take a couple more, and then I got to show you guys the new FIDGI Designer Toy. All right, Sal is crying with laughing. Awesome. That's your handiwork. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That was amazing. It was absolutely cool. Let's see. The slap. Yeah, enjoyed it.
Oh,
Who wouldn't enjoy that?
There she goes answering.
Who wouldn't? It's amazing. What's up, Anthony? One of the funniest guys I've ever met too. Yeah, yep. Mama Rick. I would imagine so. Chippewa Valley.
That's
Woot!
True.
For giggles. By the way, Christy Dumar is actually going to be our special guest next week.
Oh, all right. Cool.
So you guys have to come next week, hang out in the lounge with us, because the Princess of India will be in the house. The studio for the win. From concept to completion, thestudio.com. Absolutely. Hey, Erik, are you hiring illustrators?
So, actually, sometimes we are. Yeah.
Awesome.
Project to project.
Yeah. Hit up the website and send in your work for sure. Walked by his studio not that long ago, saw him hard at work from the window. Hard at work, or was he playing PlayStation?
I mean, might have been playing some Fortnite, but like 90% of the time, it's basically sweeping up, cleaning, or putting stuff away. That's over half the battle is that.
Excuse me. All right. I can't wait to share with you guys. So
all right,
we've got the FIDGI Designer Toy. And as you know, it looks like this cat right here. So I've been telling you guys about the variants. So these are designer. Have you even seen this yet? Isn't that fun?
Kind of held it, yeah.
It's nice and hefty. And normally for the 3-inch, like this is a dunny, and this is like usually like the top tier. But this is also a 3-inch dunny. Feel the weight of that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a big difference. This has got heft to it.
Listen, I like dunnies too. I like Kid Robot too. But just the detail that's in there and stuff, it's just so cool. I can't wait to share with you guys, because there's actually 6 different FIDGIs, and tonight we are unveiling the first FIDGI variant. And the first FIDGI variant looks like this.
Oh,
and it's called Inverse FIDGI.
Inverse FIDGI.
So what it is, here it is right here, super adorable. It's actually all the colors of FIDGI inverted.
So cool.
And I love it. To me, it almost looks like a sweet pair of kicks, like a sweet pair of sneakers or something.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, why didn't I make FIDGI this color? Like, this is so rad.
Take all the attention away from Eric.
Well, he would have
Oh,
popped.
it's just so cool. And it's so, and it definitely has like a 70s, like silent running kind of. I just love the backpack still has the black. And
Oh, yeah. Probably would have been a lot easier to key.
I just love it. Inverse FIDGI. So this is relatively rare. This isn't the most rare, and it's not, it's probably not second to the standard. Most of you are probably going to get the standard. That's the easiest one to get. And then this one is just moderately rare.
That's awesome.
And next week, I'm going to be sharing the next.
Oh, another variant.
Another variant. So cool. I love the little bugger.
Awesome.
Inverse FIDGI.
Oh, even the Aladdin signature at the bottom.
Yeah,
is
inverted. Yeah, the logo on the bottom.
That is so cool.
Totally inverted. So fun. So I hope you guys are into it. And again, if you want to get all of the FIDGI designer toys, there's a number of ways to do it. One, you could just you could back any of the rewards tiers, and then through the add-ons, you can just order as many boxes as you want of the single variants.
Wow.
The only thing is you never know what you're going to get. So that would be a hard way to collect all 6.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 ways that you can get all 6. One is if you do the reward tier Aladdin's Inner Circle. There's only 100 of those, and I think there's still 80 some of those left, if I'm not mistaken. So we're kind of in a lull in the middle of the Kickstarter, but towards the end, it's going to take off again. And I expect that those will probably go relatively quick. And then also in the add-ons, you also can buy a complete set of the FIDGIs and you're guaranteed to get all 6 FIDGIs unopened in the boxes, but you're still guaranteed to get them as an add-on. And you can get that with any rewards tier. So, but there might only be 80 of those. And I haven't looked yet to see how many have taken advantage of those. So definitely check those out. Faux show. So I was going to ask, and I know Aaron G already asked it, but I wanted to ask you first, what was from the first film, assuming it's just kind of gauging if you don't, from what was in the trailer and stuff like that. But for everything that's in the first film, do you have like a scene that was your favorite, like a set that you just really, really enjoyed that 100%. You thought was like the most fun?
100%. That would be, the cave that you like handmade. Okay. That was, cause there was scenes where I got to, rappel in and do some cool, it felt like an action movie or Indiana Jones.
I did rappel.
I did rappel.
That was kind of dangerous.
A little bit, but and
it was just a rope and there was nothing else.
Nothing else. And I remember being so worried that I was going to kick my foot through the actual set, the foam. But it was just really cool. Cause when you're in there and as long as I looked at the rock walls and not look behind me, I was like, I'm in a cave. Like it literally felt like I was in a cave. And I think I even calculated it out when we were because I was just in awe of the fact that you had a literal metric ton of sand. Yeah. I think I counted out all the bags of sand that you brought in. I'm like, I'm putting it on the calculator. I'm like, you have a metric ton. You actually have a ton of sand in here. Yeah. And I remember Rick being like, "Oh my God, sand! Why did it have to be sand?" Yeah. But no, that was probably one of the coolest sets. Seeing that from the beginning to end, of how it started and where it got to, and then how we got to play around in it. Just literally, pretend to be cave spelunkers. And it's so funny because, and we actually have a behind the scenes video on this. It's going to be coming out hopefully soon. It's already finished. Yeah. But it's just in the pipeline of when it's coming out. But it's so funny when you make a set for something like a cave because you put so much work into every nook and cranny and you kind of want people to notice, but in real life, you actually don't want people to notice at all. You want people just to believe it's a cave
and not like notice all the little handiwork and all the little, the things that
All
you've
the
done.
little intricate carvings that you added and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
If people don't notice, then you've done your job and they just
Right.
they just follow the story,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so super impressive. Yeah.
So I'm curious, if that was like the funnest, what was your least favorite?
the slime.
So you mean something like
yes. Oh my god, the slime. For those who don't know, when we filmed this, it was like, what was it, February or March?
No, it was probably November.
Okay,
It was cold.
It was
freezing.
It
for
was
sure.
cold. Like that steam, I don't think we had a smoke machine going in that spot specifically. That's like all just coming off of my back. But I remember just being covered in that slime.
Yeah.
And I remember we, like, in between takes, we'd have a blanket over top of me with a little heater. And I'm sitting there just trying to warm up, like, all right, and go. And I'd come out and I'd do the lines.
Yeah.
And I'd, like, as soon as it was done, right back to the blanket.
We had to keep putting slime on because when you had the blanket on, it was wiping all the slime off. And
Well,
we had to
that
keep,
too, and it would harden, and it would harden and fall off, and you're like, oh, gotta slime you again. I'm like, oh my gosh, do it for the art, do
Yeah.
it for the art.
Yeah.
But I would say of all the days, that one is number one in my mind of the hardest, is being covered in the slime. And Cassidy knows this too because she knows.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna next up, I want to chat about the trailer because oh my gosh, the trailer. I think I forgot to check, but I think my mom said that by the time we start the live stream lounge, we probably will have crossed 800,000.
Wow.
800,000. We're on our way to 1 million views. It hasn't even been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I am just so jazzed. People are really into it. The only people that aren't into it, there's a lot of people kind of on the other side of the world that are kind of upset that they think that the whole thing takes place in India. It just says welcome to India.
Yeah.
But like I guess where that can kind of mislead that the whole thing takes place in India.
It does.
It's a globe-trotting.
It's a globe-trotting adventure, yes.
But anyway, and they're upset that Aladdin isn't from India, but they think that Aladdin is supposed to be from either Saudi Arabia or Iraq or some kind of one of the Arabic countries. But truth be told, even though Aladdin is from the book Arabian Nights, the story of Aladdin, if you look in the book, Aladdin is a Chinese boy, and it takes place in China. Real quick, and then I'm going to get to some comments. I wanted to chat about the Recreate My Trailer contest. So there's still 2.5 weeks to do this, and I only know a couple people that I don't even know that they're doing it for sure, but I've a couple people that are like, oh, I'm going to think around, I'll see, maybe I'll do something. The grand prize is $2,000. And there's a second and third place money prize as well. Plus, all 3 get gift cards for fixed music.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some cool Aladdin 3477 swag. And I just can't wait to see what people do. So what are you excited to see? Like, if you could choose, do you want to see people recreate the trailer with hot dogs and draw little faces on them? Like, what do you
like everything everywhere all at once? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing, I don't know, like animated version, like, the one that we're talking about with Garlock of having it be animated would be really cool to see. I don't know. Yes, maybe in some AI stuff or
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see the DIY attempt.
Your own style.
Well, not only that, but like the DIY version of like literally making it out of cardboard and just recreating it that way. There's so much. It's such a wide open, like, introduction and like trying to get people into it that the sky's the limit, literally.
I'm even interested to see if people like re-edit the trailer and like take footage from both the Kickstarter and the trailer, reassemble either with different music or the same music, or I've got the tracks provided where they can
Mhm.
use the actual Cell Dweller songs. They could remix them if they're into like remixing and
Which
like
is-
there's so many cool things that people can do with this. So I hope people do it. You know,
Yeah.
I've got some people saying, "Oh, I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll have time to finish," and whatever. But so I'm real excited to see.
It's a little hard only because of the fact that they've only seen the trailer, so they don't really understand the characters that much yet. But I mean, what do you think the movie's going to be about? Because that's absolutely how you can put it in that direction.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a certain order of the trailer that I know how it goes and what comes first and what comes next. But what do you think it could be?
I would love to see people re-edit it with like a different, like make it like a horror movie or make it like a comedy and stuff.
Yes,
Very, very cool. All right, so I want to go to some comments here. Let me just check this. Okay, we got something fun coming up, so stick around. There's still good juice to come. Let's see. Walk by the studio. The inverse, yes, it is. It is just, it's so, it's kind of, I've got the low lighting here. But inverse FIDGI, it definitely looks like just an awesome sneaker. So if you're into designer toys and connecting them or collecting them, and how cool is it going to be having all 6 FIDGIs like on your shelf? Oh, I can't wait.
I already made room.
I cannot wait. FIDGI is the best. Reminds me of the variants that's right.
Oh.
So Kyle, if you remember back in the day when we were filming, he did drawings of FIDGI. I think he did a Boba Fett FIDGI.
Oh, yes.
And he did a Jango Fett FIDGI.
I remember those.
Those were amazing.
Those were awesome.
He might have done another one too. Yeah, that's Dave Kasawa. What up, T-Rocks?
Happy belated birthday.
Woohoo! Mama Rick, awesome. It looks like FIDGI is wearing a prison jumpsuit. Oh my gosh. It does. This should be maybe this should be the
prison break FIDGI.
The orange is the new black FIDGI. That's great. Eric, you have to tell us what you're eating here.
These are my guilty pleasure, the sour strips. These are the blue raspberry ones because Terry told me to get something other than watermelon for once.
Nice. We're both sugar addicts. Let's see. Missy, hey Matt, Eric, and James, miss you guys. Cassidy, yep, I remember Slime. It was an experience. Yes, it was. Trying to do one just because, oh my gosh, Aaron G, that would be amazing. And oh my gosh, my mom chimes in with the good news. The Aladdin 3477 trailer is at 802,860. You know what? We need to refill and we need to do a toast to that.
Oh, let's hear the rhyme with this one.
Oh boy.
Without fail, for over the course of all of the filming, anytime we've ever had to cheer for anything, or Matt has always had just the perfect rhyme.
It all comes off the top of his head.
Yeah. We've never had to wait for him to come up with something and just like boom, boom, boom. Just have that in the chamber ready to go.
And now we're putting him on the spot live in front of all of you at home.
Let's see.
Ooh, I see the next thing.
A little bit of this.
Yes. So what are these guys called?
Those are Dunnies.
Dunnies. Okay. That's cool.
Because
Boy, that is cool.
They had the ears. They were monies.
I mean, the actual the detail in these things are so incredible.
It has just an ideal weight. It's just the right size. The textures are incredible, and I know I keep saying how amazing these are, but no one's unfortunately ever going to know until you get one in the mail. And I can keep telling you how incredible they are. Well, only I can touch this right now.
I can't wait to share. I showed a couple images of the box, or just a couple sides of the box. I can't wait to show you guys the entire box. Eric, what flavor?
That's what I'm looking at. I don't know if I want to do. You know, I think I'm gonna go with the salted caramel this time because that sounded really good. The peanut butter was great, but salted caramel. Ah, there you go. 802,867. Amazing. Thank you guys for checking out the trailer and spreading the word, because that really does mean a lot, because you know, the more people who see it, the more chance that everyone's gonna get a chance to be a part of the action.
Yeah, it's super, super cool.
And then you'll go to Comic-Con and you'll see 15 Erics.
15 Erics.
All right. Livestream Lounge celebrating good news. Over 800,000 YouTube views.
There it is. Cheers. Oh yeah, salted caramel's good.
Melted ice cream.
It is melted ice cream.
So good. All right. The next thing I wanted to share with y'all is
I'm a minifig.
the minifig. So I purposely didn't have it out because what I thought would be fun to do.
I would steal it.
I thought you would steal it.
I would have.
So, real quick, when you get the FIDGIs, like these designer toys, these actually come in really nice packaging because they come in foil. And then I revealed last week what 3 of the sides of the box are. So this is the top here. When you open it, it says Shiva to believe on the inside. This is the side of the box here. There's a flap here where this opens. This is all the, you know, don't swallow it and you know, all the recycling information on the back. Now, truth be told, these minifigs, the packaging isn't as elaborate, but the experience is still amazing. Now, normally when you get a minifig from like a Lego set, this, for example, is the Aladdin one. And when you get it, it's already together. There's no building it. Like it's all together, right?
This is the Disney.
This is the Disney.
This is not the Aladdin 3477.
So here's what's going to happen. For the first time tonight, I want to share with you guys what the experience is going to be when you get these minifigs.
Oh.
And Eric, I would like to present you with this.
I'm in pieces. Oh my God, I'm in pieces.
So literally, I want you to put this together. You get, and it might not seem like it's a big deal. I'm telling you this. Here, I got scissors here.
Oh, I got this. Yeah, I'm examining.
Oh, there you
it.
go.
Yeah, there's a nice little perforated edge. Oh boy.
You know, I feel like for this, we should maybe do this, right?
Oh, okay. There we go. Whoop. I'm bald. Okay, so wait. So here's Disney Aladdin hair. And then there's Aladdin 3477 here. Oh my gosh!
And you've got 2 expressions. There's one is kind of smiling a little bit, and one is kind of stern and like battle action.
It's got my smirk.
Now, first, before you even put in that, look at the detail.
That is insane.
Look at the pants. And look at the sides. It's even on the sides and the back. Look at the filigree on the back.
What a lot of people don't know about these pants. These pants were custom made, and I loved these pants.
Betty Celesto made those pants, and maybe didn't she make an extra pair for you to keep or something?
I never got
them. They exist. We'll get those to you for sure.
Yeah, there we go. There's the hair. And then,
wait, but I think before you put the hair on, you might have to put you might have to put the arms on, and then the satchel. I think you have to
okay. So wait.
wait, I shouldn't help you.
I was going to say,
I'm going to let you experience
as
if you're all by yourself, like putting this all together.
Wait, I have an extra hand?
Yeah, they give you an extra hand.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Or something.
All right. The extra button for your shirts.
Yes. There we go. We got one arm. Nice. Put the hands in right. Now, this has also got the do not swallow too, right?
Yeah, it sure does. Although it might be in. Oh, it's in English too.
Oh my God! Even the little actual.
It looks like it's in English, Spanish.
The satchel even like moves. And then how does? Oh yeah. So then I have to take off the head to put the satchel on, right? Okay,
Eric.
there we go. There we go. All right, so there you go. Now it's okay. So the satchel goes over the. That's pretty dang cool. I think we're on the wrong side though. And then, yeah, then the head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give
You
myself.
got the right side.
I'm going to give him this. Is it? Yeah, it was on my. Yeah, it was on my right side. Yeah, you're right. You are right. And then
Dreamy hair.
the dreamy hair, way more textured than Aladdin. And then I have this.
You wrong.
Did I do it the wrong way? Oh yes.
Wait, no.
Nope.
You got to put the lights in first, and then.
Oh God, they looked invisible. So it goes this way. Oh, no, this way. Then this. Okay.
Wait, there was another one.
I thought. Okay. Yes.
And it's a little oversized, but it's totally the shape of the. Oh, it's upside down now. There you go.
There you go. It's my lantern.
Your tracking light.
My tracking light. It's lantern. It lights the way, and then my blaster. So, move over, Disney Aladdin. Let me give you a hand.
Need a hand?
Amazing.
Woohoo! And it is just, I love putting these little people together. It's just so it's so fun. It's so gratifying.
It is. Yeah. Ooh.
Super cool. Can't wait for you guys to play with these minifigs. Okay. Next up, there's still more to go through. I'm going to recreate my trailer contest. Eric, tell us about some of the things that people can check out and that you have going on. Like, tell us about Horror Film Roulette. How you started that, and tell us what that is.
Well, if any of the Horror Film Roulette people are watching this right now, definitely get on the Recreate My Trailer contest, because this is right up our alley, guys.
Yes.
It is, because for Horror Film Roulette, you have 4 weeks to make a 5-minute horror film. The trailer is only 2.5 minutes that you have to recreate. And last year we were able to give away $2,000 prize as well. So it was very on par. But the Horror Film Roulette is you make a 5-minute horror film in 4 weeks. And, you know, as long as you make it in the deadline, we take the collaboration of all the films and we show them on the big screen at a local theater. This last year, we were able to go at the Imagine in downtown Royal Oak and hand out the grand prize of $2,000 in a big check, which is what we've always wanted to do, even though I didn't get to do it this year. We had the actual sponsor give out the money. So, but I got to hold the check, which is cool.
It's amazing. I go every year, and it's so cool to see all the different kinds. And now you've got awards for, well, first of all, the people spin the wheel.
Oh yes,
for different genres.
There's
six.
The six genres are zombie film, monster film, sci-fi film, supernatural film, slasher film, and supernatural. Did I say supernatural?
I don't know.
I don't know if I said. I forgot the order, but yeah, there's basically one for every genre of a slasher movie, monster movie, psychological thriller. That's another one. And yeah, you just make a 5-minute film in that genre, and it could be anything. It could be anything, but at least it kind of narrows your focus of you're going to do this type of movie, and it's kind of just a way to force yourself to make something for yourself. That's the biggest thing I've learned in like the freelance world, is that like you're so busy working on other projects for other people that sometimes you just need something for yourself to like get the creative ideas out and get them to an audience. And the fact that we're able to provide an audience of like a couple hundred people in an actual theater, which is where I've always wanted to see my films, and to be able to offer that to other people, it's like a dream come true of literally being like, this is what we want to do. We want to make movies, watch them on the big screen, and then talk about them and talk about the next one we're going to work on. So that's where it all spawned from. A drunk bar night with old friends, and thought we were getting tired of doing the horror film, or we were tired of doing the Halloween parties where you never remember what happened that night, and you're just like cleaning up the apartment for a week afterwards. And like, it'd be more fun to do like what we actually want to do, which is make movies.
So this is something that starts, usually you start talking about it at the end of August, beginning of September, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna try to be a little bit better. My goal is to get better at social media stuff, which I'm terrible at the moment. But next year will be our 10th year. There's a lot of 10-year anniversaries coming up with everything,
Mm-hmm.
and next year will be the 10th year we've been doing this competition, and we're hoping to go big, and maybe bigger than last year, which was pretty big. So
Yeah.
I mean, we were showing the movie on the second largest screen in Michigan.
Yeah.
Is what I was told. What I was told.
That's amazing.
Check me on that to make
It's
sure.
amazing, and it's so cool that like people in other countries are submitting.
Oh, I know.
And it's just really, really cool. I'll definitely be talking about it as we get closer to it.
Mainly Manolo turned this into an international film festival because
Yeah.
our buddy Manolo from Mexico, he just did an awesome job, and he participated from
Yeah.
another country.
So cool. So there's horrorfilmroulette.com.
Or from
that
people, yeah.
Like check it out now and there's probably like a mailing list and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's a mailing list. There's
and
contact
Facebook
us,
and stuff.
but really, right around August, September, we're gonna try to be doing a big push, and that's when you can sign up, and then we'll hopefully have an even bigger kickoff party, because we try to do a nice kickoff party where you actually spin the wheel in person if you want to. You don't have to; it's not required. But I love spinning wheels. So that's one of the big reasons.
In addition to the 6 different categories, like people can win a prize.
Yeah,
and then you've had fun things before where like if it
death scenes
where like people come in with Nerf guns and shoot
Right.
everyone, and it's like
the main thing is you get a death certificate. If you land on our death spot, you basically died in a way that someone from last year's film died. So you get a death certificate of how that person in the movie died. They're all random, so it's a fun thing to get. We used to do chalk outlines and kind of stop that when we ruined our own floor.
Next up, I wanted to talk about, we've been kind of flying through. I want to get to some questions and then talk about some of the things coming up this week. Have no fear. Fuzar is here. What's up, Todd?
Hey.
And the Kickstarter is at $45.19. That is awesome. Quadruple funded. Woohoo! They are so cute. The FIDGIs are adorable. Absolutely. FIDGI packaging. Is it going to have custom packaging with artwork? Yes, the FIDGI packaging. It looks like that and like this, but I'm not showing everything just yet. The 2 coolest sides I'm saving. If I show them now, you'll know what the other FIDGIs look like. So I can't show them all just yet. Woohoo! Yeah. All right, that's awesome. Thank you, Savvy. Party foul on build assist. That's right. I was supposed to just let Erik do it on his own. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Premise Land. Justin says hello. It's so awesome that you guys like talk to each other and stuff. It's just such a cool Aladdin community that we are starting to build. Slasher film for the win. Erik, is there any way to see these horror film roulette films without being able to attend the showing?
Yes, there are. We have on the YouTube channel. There's a Horror Film Roulette YouTube channel that literally has 90% of all the films, because there are some films that friends of ours who participate, they want to actually put these films into other festivals. My buddy Neil, he's done quite a few films that we don't keep on the YouTube channel, because sometimes when you enter a film festival, you want to be able to not have it up online in order to participate in said film festivals. So we will remove those, or make them unviewable so they can continue on with putting them in film festivals. But 90% of them are on our YouTube channel on Horror Film Roulette.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. I want to shift gears here real quick to the upcoming week. And on Tuesday morning, I'm going to do a live video. I'm going to talk about this in a lot more detail, but I want to talk real quick and give kind of a preview of the official collector's edition souvenir book. So what this is when I grew up, and I know a lot of it, like as soon as you start something like that, it sounds like, in my day, I liked Robbie the Robot, you know? So I don't mean it like that, but it's seriously, I think I grew up in a really magical time, the Lucas Spielberg era, and it was right on the brink, right before everything was digital and internet and everything. It was just the mega 80s were so cool, so amazing. But one of the things that was really cool for blockbuster films like Goonies and E.T. and the Star Wars films and Indiana Jones and everything else, there was always this thing called the Official Collector's Edition. And it was a book put out, it was an official book put out by the studio. And this is before we had the internet. So this is before we had Nerdist telling us what to think, or all of these sites that explain why certain things Marvel. This sounds weird, but you need to like this because it was in the comic book. Like everything was like kind of like everything is like predetermined for us now. Like the internet chooses what we like and what we don't like. But before, you had to discover things, and because we didn't, you know, if you saw a movie like Star Wars, the only way you could relive it is to see it in theaters again, or you could get like the trading cards. And it sounds ridiculous, but you would be looking through the trading cards going, oh, remember that? That was awesome when that happened in the movie. Oh, remember that character is so cool. I remember that character. Like that's what it was like, because you couldn't download things illegally, but you also couldn't watch like a movie trailer over and over and geek out about it, which now I love it because people are watching our movie trailer over and over. Wait, is that why we have so many views? Just from people watching it over and over? So anyway, so I want to share with you really quick just some of what I grew up with and what my inspiration was. This is a big one right here. The Official Collector's Edition for The Empire Strikes Back. This is a really cool book, and it's kind of like a magazine, but it's just like this deluxe book. The thing I loved about these when I was a kid, this isn't just a collector's edition. This is the official collector's edition. Like, it's a fit. Like,
it even says it right on the.
I know. But when I was a kid, like that, like serious business, right?
Oh yeah.
So these were great because this isn't like a regular magazine with advertisements. It is just a souvenir book, and you've got like obviously contents. You've got the characters, right? You can tell this total 80s layout. Here's like the story, a synopsis of the story. There's concept art, and then there's the making of in the back. So it's got like storyboards and map paintings and designs of the vehicles on location where they filmed in Norway, giant sets for Dagobah, an interview with George Lucas, the director Irving Kershner. Like, I can't tell you how many times as a kid I've spent more time as a kid going through this than I did watching the film. Because I didn't have access to the film to watch it over and over, but I had this, and this just blew my mind as a kid. So they also had them for movies like Indiana Jones. This again, official collector's edition.
Still gotta watch that.
You what?
Well, we were gonna watch it and then we ran out of time.
This here, Blade Runner. And this is a little, it's kind of falling apart a little bit.
You mentioned that one a lot.
It's the official collector's edition across the top. So sometimes it's not always official collector's edition. Here's one for Batman, and here they just
official movie
magazine. And you know what? It does have advertisements in it. So this one, not as, and it's a little bit more flimsy, so not as good with that. But still to this day, Star Wars still does the official collector's edition now. You might be wondering,
Daisy Ridley.
You might be wondering, is there ever a collector's edition that's not official? Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Oh, for real. Because sometimes you'll have magazines like Rolling Stone or Life magazine, they'll put out special editions, and what they're doing, they're capitalizing on things. So it's not actually official. So like, for example, when Eddie Van Halen died, Life magazine, even though they never made a magazine about Eddie Van Halen before, as soon as he died, they're like, we need to make money off this person's death, which is horrible because it's called Life magazine, yet they don't have much respect for it, do they?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so what they'll do something like this, Rolling Stone magazine. It's not the official collector's edition, They can't say that, but they can call it a collector's edition. And it's just like the same thing, except this is put out by Rolling Stone magazine, and it's just a series of art. It's still nice. It's nice quality.
Yeah.
And, you know, kind of a nice little collector's edition. And they do it for a lot of the Marvel movies.
Wow.
I think this is just this is leading up to the second.
But it's an official collector's edition.
It is, and it's got all the same stuff. It's usually got really cool layouts, and it's got behind the scenes and information on all the characters, and just a really, really fun thing.
Just expands upon the lore.
Totally expands upon the lore. So it was my mission. I've been thinking about this the entire time we've been making this film. I have always wanted to have, in addition to other books that I'm planning on doing, plus we've got the art of Aladdin 3477, the Gin of Wisdom, that comes in the 4th swag box. But this spring, April already, we are going to have an official collector's edition of Aladdin 3477. It's a deluxe souvenir book, just like these. It's 96 pages with the cover. It's 100 pages if you include like the cover and everything, but it's 96 pages on the inside. It is chock full of rare photos, characters, behind the scenes, locations, all kinds of amazing stuff. It is so cool. And I can't tell you, I've been working on this for years.
Wow.
Next to the film itself, if there was one thing that I was excited about more than anything else, even more than like the FIDGIs and everything else, the thing I'm so excited for you guys to see, the experience of having the official collector's edition. I feel like this is really the kickoff of the Aladdin 3477 experience. I cannot wait for you guys to see the official collector's edition. So I have a video that I'm dropping on, or Tuesday. I'm going to do it live on Tuesday. Yes. But because you guys are my faithful friends, because you guys are watching the live stream lounge, I thought I would share a quick look at the cover.
Oh.
First time. What did you think it was? The whole book? I have the book already. It's already printed and everything. No, it's not printed yet. But it will be arriving this spring. So real quick, here is a look
let's see the cover.
At the cover to the official collector's edition.
I think that's technically the first real look of the Gin of Wisdom.
Oh, in the back. Yeah, you saw that right away. Snuck the Gin of Wisdom in there. And actually, Lochan Shaimal is kind of over in this side here. But I actually have another version of the cover that I did, and probably later in the week, I will probably share that to see which one you guys like better. This is kind of the retro cover.
I love it.
I love it too. But I also did a more of like a new school looking cover. It's got the same kind of art, but so I'm curious. I want to do a poll to see which cover everyone likes better.
So
I'll
stick
be doing
around for that poll.
Yeah, I'll be doing
I like
that.
this one. I haven't seen the other one yet. But...
I like this one too. I really do. All right. So some more stuff that I wanted to chat about real quick. Official Collector's Edition. Real quick, Eric, and maybe someone else already asked this, but do you have words of wisdom for anyone looking to get into not just acting, but just like filmmaking in general? And
absolutely. So a lot of the stuff of where I got my start was just like, and this is before this is pre-YouTube era, and like if I was smart, I probably could have capitalized on YouTube more. But a big thing of just learning, like you'll never learn how to do acting unless you're acting, right? So the biggest thing that helped me out was constantly doing scenes or projects or short films where you're just constantly making something. Whether or not you show it to the world, that's up to you. But like to be constantly making stuff, you'll find the things that are hard, find the things that are easy, find the things that you're good at, things that you need to work on. But being able to watch yourself back, very much like any sport where you're watching film, you need to see examples. Like you could practice in front of the mirror as much as you want, but then when you see yourself on camera, you're like, oh, I don't like how that looks. So learning like the angles, or finding your good side, I guess you could say. The act of just repetition. Like don't wait for someone to put you in something, just make your own stuff. And again, whether or not you share it with people, that doesn't matter. It's practice. It's muscle memory. And that's the best way I would say to getting into it, because then you'll be more comfortable when someone asks you to do something.
And you would say the same, not just for acting, but just for
everything.
Filmmaking, animation. It's just
if you got
doing it.
Exactly. If you got a great story, write it. If you have a great film idea, shoot something of it just to see what you're lacking, because then you'll go, okay, well, this was a good trial run, and let me know what I need to ask for to actually make it happen. And of course, with filmmaking, it's a team sport. You can't only do so much on your own. You got to find that group of people if you can, or get really good at tripods and lighting, and like have your phone set up in a way, you know, with TikTok now, like getting those clamps and ring lights and stuff. Just learn how that works to do a one-man band. But that's really tough. It's really tough to do a one-man band. I did it a lot back in the day. It got me so far, but as soon as you start getting a crew together, things come naturally, and you'll start realizing how much you'll be relying on other people's talent to help you raise your talent, and hopefully reciprocate in kind. And that's why, you know, try to help everyone out be their best selves. That's the way I've lived by. Just, yeah.
It's good. That's good juice for sure. Let's see. Real quick, I want to get to some comments, and then do they still make these collector books for movies now? They do. And in
All the
fact,
way
there's
up to
Guardians of the Galaxy.
so far.
There's the new. I only have a couple here. I have more I'll be sharing on Tuesday, but here's like one of the more recent. Where am I?
They
here?
never went away.
One of the more recent Star Wars. Yeah, they still do. I mean, print is not as big, obviously, as it was. And usually when people want information, they just Google it, sadly. But for collectors, for those of us that like to collect, I feel like this is just such a really cool way to experience, even if you haven't seen the film yet. I tried to design this in a way where if you haven't seen the film, this doesn't spoil anything. It'll just enhance your viewing of the movie. And if for some reason you have seen the film first before you check this out, this will just enhance your knowledge of the worlds and how it was made and everything else. So
It might make the second viewing even more.
Yeah, for sure.
Impressive.
So I took great care into kind of presenting it that way where it doesn't spoil anything. Because,
Justin, you want
how much for the Batman Forever one? Justin, it's yours. You asked, you got it. It's yours, Justin.
Hey.
Next time I see you. I love Bat. Yeah, I like Bat from Forever. That was the
My
one with
opinion,
Val
that was the
Kilmer, right?
best.
And Riddler.
Yeah.
It's got the Riddler.
I like that one.
Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones.
I love Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, practically every big tentpole movie has them for sure.
I'll fight
Whoa.
Justin for that Batman.
Cover looks amazing.
Right.
Will there be a poster of that cover? You know, I'm curious. I'm going to put it back up here for a second. I'm actually curious what you guys think. If you guys really like this one, it's possible there could be a poster of this one. Here's what I was thinking, but everything's kind of in limbo, and it really is just whatever one wants. I was thinking there would be the poster, as you guys know it, the one with all the white and everything. And then there's also the signed version of where everyone in cast and crew is signing the poster. I was thinking that this would be the art of a art print that comes in Swag Box 2. But this, like the poster is going to be nice quality, but it's just a poster, like a poster paper, where the art print would be really nice. It would be like a matte deluxe finish. It would be thicker paper. It wouldn't be as big as a movie poster. It would be like, 18 by 24 ish kind of size.
Still pretty big.
And it would be signed and numbered by me. It would be a low print number kind of thing. So I was thinking that this would be the art print. If I get enough people that are like, dude, this needs to be the movie. This needs to be either the movie poster or another movie poster. I could be talked into that for sure. So if you guys really dig this, there's actually more. There's a little bit more above it, and there's a little bit more below it a little bit too. Because this is
8.5 by 11.
Yeah, right. And then movie posters are a little bit taller, so there is a little bit more.
20 by 30.
And I actually did design it in a way where the credit block can kind of go over it a little bit. So
a little bit of forethought. Okay.
so that's a great question. Let's see. An official Aladdin book sells out, especially at Comic-Con. Yeah, Comic-Con would be a great place to do it. Art print is a great idea. Awesome. This needs to be the main movie poster or another movie poster. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
There's actually, and I mentioned this, there's a video on how I made the first initial movie poster. And truth be told, my process for the movie posters, I actually made about 6 of them.
I believe that.
Zeroed in on 4. There's actually 4 completely finished movie posters.
Wow.
This actually is one of them. And then I tried to figure out, okay, what's the order? What's the first one that comes out? What's, if we go on tour, what's the touring movie poster going to be? Once it's on like streaming, what's that poster image going to be? So that was kind of my process to any chance there will be a circus style D one sheet for Aladdin 3477. Gosh, that's a great idea. I never thought about that. Doing like a, the style D that I did for Revenge of the Sith. It looks like the old school Star Wars. It's like a circus poster.
Yeah.
What they call them. That would be really neat to do like
The-
a tent
the
pole.
whole-
Well, it just looks like it's hanging up, but it's like an old school. It's like the JC Linedecker style, but he had like pieces kind of ripped on the sides. It looks like there's other advertisements, even though it was all for Star Wars, doing a style D for Aladdin 3477.
Good call.
That would be, gosh, why didn't I do that? That's a great idea. All right. So next up, I wanted to, so Eric, I see you're wearing Cat Stevens. Like that's a really cool. That's a really cool shirt. So tell us about that real quick.
This is my cat, Cassie. He's still alive. This is not a tribute, but this is just a shirt I made for fun, and it became a shirt I put on my TeePublic. And for some reason, 20 other people, James has one. A couple other people have them, and it just kind of came from just I wanted a shirt of my cat, and it slightly blew up. It's like 20 something people have it, but
Okay, it's amazing. So I feel like I'm the only one who wears Abu shirts. I absolutely love Abu, and I feel like because you are Aladdin, even though not the Disney Aladdin, I feel like you need an Abu shirt.
An Abu shirt.
So
Oh my god!
I got you.
Oh,
Look at this amazing, dude.
Here comes trouble.
Is that
Oh.
not going to be fantastic with
All
you
right.
wearing this?
All right. Yep.
I mean, you don't have to
No,
put it on unless you want to
I'm
put it
gonna
on.
put it on right now.
All right.
There we
The
go.
tail goes around the neckline.
Wait, does it
too.
really?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, it does. That's awesome. Wait, does it go around the back? Oh, just the
No,
front. Just a
it's-
front print.
It's a Disney cheap.
Mass produce is I guess. There we go.
Love it.
There we go. You got that.
It's amazing.
You know, I'll have to actually find. I don't think I ever brought this up to you. There was back when I worked at Disney. We were at a friend's party, and we actually had to do a costume party.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I actually did dress up, me and my girlfriend at the time, as Aladdin and Jasmine with
Really?
stuff I had around the apartment,
Okay.
and we won a costume contest.
Really? So was like this your fez? Like,
It was something like that. I don't remember exactly what I used, but it was funny because that was years before we even started doing this. But
Yeah.
I guess I always had a thing with Aladdin stuff. And actually, when I worked at Disney, I actually suggested to them that in the Morocco area, which was the Aladdin area of Epcot,
Yeah.
I suggested an Aladdin stunt show that would happen on the streets. And I don't, to this day, it hasn't happened, but if it ever does happen, that was my idea. To have Aladdin running through the streets and getting chased by the guards and do
Yeah.
a little parkour mini stunt show just for the crowd
Yeah.
and then leaves. Kind of like what Spider-Man does at Disney.
It's amazing. All right, so let's see. Next week, okay, so next week, Christy Porowski is going to be in the house at the live stream. Our Kickstarter has crossed over 40K. It's quadruple funded, but right now we are in the lull. So definitely tell everyone about the Kickstarter.
Right.
Let people know about it. Tell people about the FIDGIs, the designer toys. And again, Kickstarter is not charity. It's almost like you're pre-ordering.
Right.
You're kind of just you're purchasing
You're
stuff ahead of
locking
time.
in your spot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And but it's going over so well. And the more you can get your friends in on the Kickstarter, the more that lets us do the thank you gifts.
Right.
With in fact, I think I
Oh.
put those up here. So like the first thank you gift was the Hong Kong Trooper figure.
Hong Kong Trooper.
Which I don't know if you saw that. Look at the armor on that. It's got like the extra leg pieces that go on the sides. It's got the gauntlets on the arms, and then the this here, and
I
then
love the fact that. Oh wait, would his head come off? Or the?
I mean,
the.
you
Oh, cool!
can actually see.
That's very dope. I love the little blaster on the back.
Yeah.
That is
The
that's
extra
really
blaster,
cool.
the extra blaster that it comes with, but this is free. So in addition, like if you get the first rewards tier, which is the first swag box, there's 8 items. You get 8 items in the first swag box alone. Plus, already the first thank you gift is this. So this is 9, and then 10 is the sticker sheet. You get this for free. So even if you just get the first reward tier, you get 10 items in that first box, including the official collector's edition for Aladdin, plus a shirt. You get a FIDGI enamel pin, which I'm going to be unveiling what that looks like soon. All kinds of really fun stuff. And you get, like, immediately, you're going to get Aladdin and the Hong Kong Trooper, so you can have these guys duke it out and fight and stuff. It's going to be rad, and it's coming this April. So super, super exciting. But definitely, if you haven't checked out the Kickstarter recently, the page has evolved quite a bit since it first dropped January 3rd. So check out the Kickstarter. Tell your friends. I appreciate all of the shares and everything on social media. It's been amazing. The best thing you can do, though, and don't stop sharing, but when you share, they say that only 5% of your friends actually see it.
True. Yeah.
Because everything is just ads and stuff. And then even the people that see it, if you share it, a lot of times they're just like, what is that? And they just keep scrolling, right? But if you contact friends that you know would be interested,
Right.
and there's a lot of different angles. Like some people are going to like this for the martial arts. Some people are going to like this for the robots. Some people are going to like this for the Aladdin, right? Some people are going to like this for maybe the sci-fi, or the adventure or the independent filmmaking aspect. So whatever you think people are going to like about this, be sure to tell them, hey, I saw this. I think you're going to dig it. Check out the Kickstarter. Send them to the Kickstarter link. It's super, super helpful, especially because we're now in the middle of this week. We're going to be halfway through
The Kickstarter?
The Kickstarter.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be halfway through. There's still lots to drop. There's lots of cool things that are coming out. I still got some tricks up my sleeve, some fun things that are going to be happening. But please continue to spread the word. Okay, so we're already there, right? Main poster. Okay, awesome. Any chance? Okay, good. I got that. That shirt is a meowsing, Eric.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Ted. We want to be able to order your cat shirt. We love it.
Oh my God.
How do they get that?
If anyone goes to TeePublic, it is under Steel Tees. Steel, like the metal with an E at the end. Tees. And that's the Cat Stevens shirt, which I never intended on selling. I just put it on that site because I wanted to have my own shirt. That was it. And then the rest is history.
I foresaw that, so I sniped it like the day you put it up and got it in the feed.
Oh, and that site does a discount every month, I think, where they do a certain percentage off. So get it when it's cheaper. I don't see any money from that, so I'd see like $1, $1 a shirt. So I'm not worried about it, but yeah,
it's amazing, awesome. That is our show. Thank you guys so much. Man, there is just so much cool stuff going on. Eric, thank you for coming and hanging out today. So real quick before we go, you should probably share your website, Horror Film Roulette, the studio, like run through all that stuff. You got your Instagram, I know, which is that's Steele Photos, right?
Steele Photos. I made that before I knew to make everything cohesive. But yeah, Steele Photos is the Instagram. TH3 Studio is the website. And horrorfilmroulette.com has everything for the horror film competition that we do every year.
But you have like ericsteele.com too, right?
Yeah, I have not done
Okay,
really anything.
I'm behind on mine.
I've not updated my own personal website or the studio's website. So the only reason the studio website is the way it is because Terry insisted on updating it, and then I've not updated it since. So
It's okay, Eric. You can see my face on it. I think it's pretty great.
yeah, James is on there, so it's good. All of James's photos. Yeah. So
Awesome. So I'm hoping to have you back soon. In fact, I'm not going to announce it just yet because it's a little too far out, but there's something special planned for the end of the Kickstarter.
Ooh.
And I'm hoping you'll come back for that. It'll be great. And I can't wait. Eric, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out today. That's yours. You get to be
I get to keep this. I don't have to steal it. Oh, amazing!
Well, I knew Aladdin was going to steal it anyway, so I figured I'd just let you.
The funny thing is, I actually do have this Aladdin.
Do you really?
I have this one. I think Sean Veers got me this with the genie. Thank you, Sean, if you're watching.
That's amazing.
So now they're going to be buddies.
Nice.
But the Aladdin will get the upper
Aladdin
hand. He'll get the upper hand on this street rat.
It's amazing. Awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh, let's see. We may have a couple more comments real quick. Your hat was a Tupperware bowl.
It was a Tupperware bowl. Thank you, Sarah.
Clarify. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Dude, great show. Awesome. Aaron GTV, we're getting you on here soon. Good night, everyone. Be in contact Eric this week. Awesome. Have a great night, David. Thank you, everyone, so much. You guys are amazing. And with that, the live stream lounge has adjourned.
Good night, everybody.